Sometimes people say to me that their spiritual life has gone a little stale. And sometimes I meet people who say that coming to church stopped doing whatever it used to do for them, so they eventually stopped coming. I want to talk a bit about that today. Hi, I'm Warren, the rector here at St Columba's. Glad you could join me for my message of the day. I think it was T.S. Eliot who said we can't bear very much reality. We can end up, all of us, with the experience, reality, knowledge that we use and can digest, and miss the depth and breadth that is on offer. And this applies to all areas of life. Our relationship with God is like this. We start our relationship with God and it goes quite well. We enjoy it, we grow, we feel like we're heading somewhere, and it's all good. And think of it like a multi-storey building. We've entered the lower floor and we're growing, and we might even find our way up the stairs to the next floor and so on. But eventually, sometimes we get stuck on one particular floor and we get to know that floor really, really well, inch by inch. We really know it very, very well. And in the ways that we have come to know it, there's probably more to know, but that's about where we've stopped, and we've lost the way up the stairs to the next level. We spend less time in prayer. Because of that, we spend less time in prayer. It's just not working for us. So we spend less time in prayer, less time reading scripture, less time in relationship with God, explicitly developing, nurturing our relationship with God. And eventually other things muscle their way into our lives, and we've, if you like to mix our metaphors, it's a slippery slope and we're sliding down the stairs out of the building itself. And it's not unusual, and it can happen to any of us. We've all had the experience actually of things going stale. One way out is how we use scripture. What we hear when we listen to and read scripture usually will match who we are and where we are at that point. Our use of scripture will help us to explore the floor of the building, to continue the metaphor, the floor of the building we're in. But eventually, like I said, it can become, instead of being a tool to lead us up the next flight of stairs, it can become a way that we just are reinforced where we are so that we can't get up the stairs. It becomes a hindrance rather than a guide. But our reading and our listening to scripture need not be only this. It can continue to lead us deeper into our relationship with God, and to follow my metaphor of the multi-storey building, lead us to the next floor. It can become a real guide for us. But we have to let it do this. And if we keep tight control of scripture, example, by invariably interpreting it through one sort of lens, or by throwing up our hands in claimed ignorance when more is asked of us, we do that kind of thing, then scripture won't be the tool to lead us higher. But if we seek to broaden our knowledge past how we usually think, or use a different method of listening to scripture, like some form of lectio, for instance, then scripture can lead us higher and deeper. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.